Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Game Fame Nation here, and in today's GTA 6 video, we're going to be talking about why GTA 6 development took a lot longer, not to mention why it took so long for Trailer 2 to come out, and what Rockstar Games were doing in the meantime. We're also going to be diving into that Disney World could not be a possibility to fit in the Grand Theft Auto 6 map, and it doesn't make sense because, honestly, Miami is definitely perfect. The state of Leonida would definitely be perfect for the Disneyland, but not to mention it wouldn't go technically in the town where Vice City sets, so that's probably why. We're going to talk about why Rockstar Games scrapped that and more. So if you do enjoy videos like this on the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe for more daily awesome videos like this. So we heard from Insider TezFunds 2, who had to reply to a bunch of people on the GTA forum site. Once, basically, this is right for once said, didn't Tez say something blank at the bottom of September 2022's leaks? These numbers and letters, blah blah blah, this means the final build of the game in its form. And TezFunds 2 goes on to say nope, and the follow back to that, the number of the world events will increase and a lot since 2022. Bear in mind, those are what the modders call scenarios in GTA 5 and RDR2. A dog pissing in the world event. Some dude sitting on the chair could be a world event. And someone asked, is there going to be Disney World in Grand Theft Auto 6? No Disney World. We already had a parody of Disney in GTA 5 and Fred's Pictures. You can still hope that Fred's Land or Fred's World. I also realized I missed the follow-up to that, as he had to go on to say, it's in my understanding, to correct me if I'm wrong, that the world events, 1,500 of them, are whatever the number was, indicative of everything. That would be the final game build. And that is basically what I've missed. So TezFunds 2 has a pretty good point there why we probably wouldn't get Disney World or Disneyland, because Rockstar Games actually tried something like that before in Grand Theft Auto 5 in its development early stages. And what actually happened to that is they actually scrapped it when they first were making the GTA 5 trailer. I think it was the first or second one that they developed, and they did scrap it, but that's why Fred's Land was additionally going to come to Los Santos, and that's technically what they were going to call it, but now we have Vespucci Beach, and obviously you guys know where that is. It's basically a beach pier where you can ride a Ferris wheel, a roller coaster, you can have fun at the Vespucci Beach and do a lot of things in Grand Theft Auto 5. That's what we got instead of Fred's Land, basically a parody for Los Santos. But other than that, Rockstar Games scrapped it, and unfortunately they weren't even planning to make a Disneyland or a Disney World, because it also really doesn't make sense to have it in the state of Leonida, as Vice City is a parody of Miami, which obviously Disneyland and World is not that in that area. It's in a different area, so it definitely wouldn't make sense to put that in the game, but it would be kind of cool to see something like that, because imagine what Disney World and Disneyland would have. There would be so much things to do. That would be so cool. Also, not to mention that Disneyland actually takes place in Orlando, so that is probably why Rockstar Games weren't going to map it in to Vice City. So a follow-up about the development process that TezFunds 2 also had to go on to say is Totally Casual said, but what exactly is unsustainable about Rockstar not releasing anything for 5+ years and coming out with the blockbuster game that defines the generation? At some point, you could say between 10 and 20 or even 30 years down the line, at which point development times also continue to rise alongside escalating coast online modes can bridge in the gap between 5 and GTA 6. Showed people that the stated the grow tide for seeing GTA Online consistently at the end. Unsustainable part. The 5+ years could eventually stretch to the 10-year mark. At some point, GTA 6 could hit the cost of $1 billion, while the future blockbuster could hit up to $2 billion. They make up for it, however, possibly in the online mode. In the future, you have to keep playing the online mode for 2 decades until the next GTA arrives. We're not seeing any signs of development cycles decreasing after all. So the reason why the development obviously took so long, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to say, Mr. Fame, we already knew this. I mean, and it's obvious. I mean, GTA 5 Online was making too much income, and there was so many DLCs that Rockstar Games still had to set out to date for all of us to play. Not to mention, shark cards are a #1 way of Rockstar Games making their money, and technically for the secondary part is the shark cards are actually costing a lot of money nowadays unless you get a discount. So Rockstar Games decided to almost hit almost $2 billion on an old game, a 10-year-old game that came out in 2013. I can't remember when the online came out. If you guys want to help me out with that, that would be great. So definitely a big change right there. But Shark Cards, GTA 5 Online is definitely keeping GTA 6 under the weather here. And what I mean by that is, it's stalling because Rockstar Games knows they can make a lot more money by playing Grand Theft Auto 5 online, or even the story mode for that matter. So obviously it was making too much income, so that's probably why we've seen a shortage in development for GTA 6, and that's why it took so long for Rockstar Games to do development on it, not to mention even create trailers. I mean, it took over a decade just to get trailer 2 after we received trailer 1 back in December of 2023. It took almost a year and a half or so. It's just insane how Rockstar Games will do that. But we also heard from Strauss Zelnick from the Take-Two Interactive earnings call that they seek perfection and they want. And another follow-up to that, as Agent Edward had to say, this is what I hope for GTA 6, that Rockstar treats it as a base for a standalone DLC expansions. Imagine a standalone expansion about to pass the Raul Bautista when he was younger in another location like Carcer City, Alderney City, or Liberty City. And Tesfun2 replied, meanwhile, Strauss imagined GTA Online updates as a standalone game. That's what Zelnick said. In the case of Grand Theft Auto, we have Grand Theft Auto Online. The Rockstar has been supplying content for Grand Theft Auto Online, some of which so as a standalone and would have counted as a standalone title once you really argue that Rockstar has been putting it out for the new Grand Theft Auto release a couple times a year. So that would be definitely cool too if Grand Theft Auto 5 happened to get a standalone edition, not to mention a map expansion to Carcer City, Alderney City, or Liberty City. That's something that Rockstar Games will hopefully expand once the GTA 4 Definitive Edition comes out. Hopefully that they're still working on that, as we talked about that in a previous video yesterday. But I just want to understand that Carcer City, we've heard a little bit about it in single player, how they did a bank in Carcer City for 30 grand. And it wasn't a bad haul for them being young. So that wasn't too bad, but then it'd be kind of cool to see these map expansions transpire to Grand Theft Auto 6. Not to mention just seeing what GTA 5 could do. You could have Los Santos, Blaine County, Sandy Shores. You could even add Liberty City and Alderney City and Carcer City. And I feel like that would probably not take any more time than Los Santos, since Los Santos is a big city. We don't know how big Carcer City is. We do know that Liberty City is a big city as well. So it might take a little bit of time for Rockstar Games to actually add that into their game. But if they did some kind of map expansion, Liberty City, Alderney City, and Carcer City would definitely be something that would impress fans. So that's probably why it doesn't qualify as a standalone edition. But if Rockstar decides to do that, which they probably won't in the future, it could probably be considered as a standalone. So this is what someone else also said to Insider Tesfun2, as they said, yeah, that's insane, which brings up a discussion once we settled into GTA 6. As they said, the stock market is shifting away from games development cycles longer than 5 years. It wouldn't be surprising if Take-Two eventually follows suit at some point. Rockstar have acknowledged the unsustainable, such as lengthy development cycles, and aim for the 3-year max development. So that kind of sums up why there's not going to be any Disneyland parodies in GTA 6 or a new map. Or they're also talking about, like I said, the development for GTA 6. Why did it take so long? Well, the answer is GTA 5 Online. They were milking that so much. In the development process, they honestly could have been doing both at the same time. They could have had GTA 5 Online still playable to all players, and not to mention still be working on GTA 6 and making that the bigger game and working on to seek perfection, making the map, and giving us updates along the way. But we don't know how Rockstar Games and Take-Two Interactive really work in their studios. All we know is they usually focus on one game at a time. So most likely they were too busy milking GTA 5 and decided to eventually finally stop. Well, they still do, but they're eventually making sure we don't forget about Grand Theft Auto Online. But there's something that doesn't add up here, because if they don't want us to forget about GTA 5 Online, then why did they get rid of all the online for Red Dead Online and stop doing DLC updates for that? It doesn't really make sense. Maybe you guys can let me know in those comments down below. But that kind of gives you guys a good idea why development for Grand Theft Auto 6 took so long. Not to mention that the Disneyland map couldn't come obviously to the state of Leonida due to the location and where it is. But anyway, guys, that is all the information I got for you guys on this video today. If you guys did enjoy, don't forget to like and subscribe for more daily awesome videos such as GTA 6, Rockstar Games videos, and all the upcoming videos that I'll be doing on my channel. Subscribe for more of those. I know this is going to be a heavy discussion video. I would love to hear from your thoughts and opinions of why you think the GTA 6 development process took a little bit longer than expected, and is Rockstar Games still milking GTA 5? Feel free to let me know what you're thinking in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. Like I said, guys, thanks for watching. Stay happy, healthy, and well, and I'll see you guys all later on the next video.